What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of, hopefully this thing will be done before I turn 50, but we're out here in the garage. Corvette, choo-choo as always. That thing's running great, looks great. Knock on wood, nothing's wrong with it. But we're getting back on the 240, guys. I've really gotten the kick to get this thing going. I got all of the, let me adjust the camera. Got all the Waterman mechanical pump stuff done, the Aeromotive stuff's done, the welding, fuel filters mounted, Davies Craig water pump mounted, swirl pot from Chris over at Maston Fab. Probably gonna switch out the intake manifold. We are going to World Cup, so I'll do some videos there, but I'm probably gonna try to grab a billet hub or whatever they have there, billet intake manifold, if everything works out. And then got something really cool going with South Bay injectors. So gonna talk to them there and probably do a little video, but definitely have some cool stuff going on with them and should have a package in the mail coming soon. But everything's good on this. One of the things in this video I really wanted to talk about was I decided to go and lighten up the car. So what that means is just cutting unnecessary stuff out of it. I'm gonna do a carbon hood. That stock hood is like a cinder block, and I'm probably gonna sneeze here in a second. Maybe not. It's creeping up on me, but it'll probably be right in the middle of talking. But I decided to lighten the car up. So I have these windows from Dirty Water Racing, aka my boy JD sent them. There's only a couple 240s that have them. There's one on the West Coast. There is James Tall's. I think he has a set, aka Jack San Jimmy, you guys know him from Cletus's videos, and David Varner from IDS. I think those are the only people that have them, so there's only 4 240s that even have them. So what I'm gonna do is all the glass is out of the car, driver passenger glass is out, that's getting polycarbonate. The carbon windows are going here and a polycarbonate rear window. So some of the difference in polycarbonate, Lexan, it's all the same thing, and acrylic. So I had to do some research, but acrylic is more likely to shatter, and that's not what you want in a car, obviously. Polycarbonate is just technically a brand name, so it's Lexan, really, but polycarbonate is what they've termed it, that the company that makes it. But so polycarbonate will not shatter as bad as Lexan, and obviously that's what you want. You don't want it shattering if you happen to wreck. But what I'm gonna do in this video is show you how I am putting in the quarter windows, because it's kind of hard to figure out how to get them mounted, but I'm gonna show you how I ended up doing it. And then I'm going to weigh, I still have all the stock glass here. I'm gonna weigh the glass and the polycarbonate Lexan to show you what the differences are. I have the scale out here. Your boy's a big boy, so I need all the weight cut I can get. So I'm gonna show you the breakdown of what stock weighs versus polycarbonate and the carbon stuff weighs. So I'm gonna jump on the scale now. This is not a Jenny Craig commercial, but just gonna show you guys how much you can lose and kind of the roundabout idea of the total weight loss in the car and kind of what it costs. So let me grab some of this stuff and we'll get back to you. All right, I've jumped on the scale, the trusty old healthometer, and we'll see what the results are. I've got it all up here on the dry erase board, so it's easy for you guys to see and how I broke it down. So what I did was got on the scale, weighed myself, got on the scale with all the stock stuff. So the rear window weighs 22 pounds, the passenger driver's side glass, 24 pounds, the quarter windows with the trim around them weigh 8 pounds, and the windshield weighs 24. So that's a total of 78 pounds. Then I got on the scale with the polycarbonate. So the rear window is 10 pounds. Passenger driver window glass or poly is 9 pounds. The quarter windows were hard to even get to register, but it finally got both of them together were a half a pound, so 0.5, and the windshield was 11. So on the rear window, that's a total savings of 12 pounds. Passenger driver windows, 15 pounds. Quarter window actually was a lot more than I thought, 7.5 pounds. The windshield was a savings of 13 pounds. So in total, 78 was stock, The poly weighed 30.5. Then that saved me 47.5 pounds. And when you think about it, 47.5 pounds is a lot, because what you want to do with cars is or at least race cars, take as much weight out as you can. And then it's easier to add weight if I need it. So I can add weight depending on like, if I want to race a certain class or something like that. Like my ultimate goal is to at least just go to World Cup finals with this car, not this year, possibly next, but that's my ultimate goal, is to get to World Cup finals, and I just want to race. I would love to win it, but the chances of winning it are slim to none. I just want to race there. I think it's awesome. Our buddy Daniel goes, or has been, and it looked like an awesome experience, even though it is a scramble. I just want to say I went, but you just want to, like I said, depending on the class, you want to be able to add weight where you need it. So like, I can add it up front here on these bars, that bar. There's plenty of room for me to add weight if I need it, and that's what you want to do. You want to add weight where you want it, not be struggling to take some out. So that's the total savings, 47.5 pounds. It's actually a lot if you think about it, especially up top in the car. The same thing with like, you know, you want to get lightweight wheels, lightweight brakes, stuff like that, rolling mass. This is up high weight in the car. That's not even counting like from stock. I've taken the sunroof out. All the mechanics for the sunroof, the glass, it was super heavy. I didn't weigh it. I don't even have that anymore. Somebody bought that off of me. But I mean, that's probably, if I had to guess, 20 pounds right there and stuff. And then add in like all the framework for the windows, the electric motors for the windows, stuff like that. I mean, you're probably looking at another 20 pounds that I've taken out of it. So this thing went on a serious diet. We're not sure how much the tube front took out. But I will tell you, I think it took out a lot. With no motor in it, we could deadlift the front of this car up off the ground. That's with the brakes, coilovers, wheels, everything on. No motor, no trans. We could deadlift it. So I definitely think it took out a lot. But next I'm gonna show you guys how I'm throwing in these quarter windows. What I've already gone ahead and done is put 2 rib nuts in right here and right here. They match holes that I put in the carbon, and that lines it up. I'm gonna drill 2 holes here, 2 holes here, put 2 rib nuts in that. We're gonna get those in, and then I'm gonna throw the back glass in. or poly, sorry, I keep saying glass. I've already cleaned up the edges with brake clean, so it's good and clean. And I'm gonna use 3M, like body panel, I'll get you the right name, hold on. Oh, look right there. That's gonna be the next project. Picked up an 8/8 the other day. So it's a 3M panel bond. That's what I'm gonna use, 3M panel bond. I'm telling you, you could put that stuff on my back and you could stick me to the wall once it dries. It is not going anywhere. But apparently you still can cut it with like the normal little like saw or string that you would use to take a window out, if I need to take it out. But I'm gonna get this knocked out and I'm gonna get the window in and show you guys how it fits and how it looks. So be right back. All right, carbon windows are in. Like I said, I just went and used rib nut there, and one on the back right here, just to hold it. I will go back in here, probably with some silicone, and just seal it up. I mean, you could barely fit your fingernail in there and move it a little. So with the silicone, it'll just seal up the edge real nice and fill in this little gap right here. I mean, nothing you can really do about that. It's the normal, you know, window has molding and everything around it, so we're trying to fit that in there with no molding. So just use a little black silicone. I've done it on this side. Of course, I'm not showing you guys the first take. I've already done this side, but you know, just use a little silicone right there to fill it in, and you can't even tell. But tell me how sweet those things look. I mean, it looks awesome, and not to mention, saves 7.5 pounds of weight and looks great. JD did a great job on these things, man. I mean, really, like, to do carbon in your garage, I've never done it, but I can't imagine it's super easy. But he did awesome. I mean, he did great. Whether, I can't remember if, now I'm thinking about it, I don't know if he did them in his garage or he had somebody make the molds for him and then he did them, but did the actual like laying of the carbon. But whoever did it, JD, I really appreciate it, man. Dirty Water Racing again, check him out. His 240 is wild. Next thing on the chopping block is we're gonna get this rear window set in. As you can tell, there's nothing in there now. Like I said, cleaned all the edges, gonna run a pretty thick bead of that panel bond, and then we're gonna lay the window in. I don't have a film crew, so I'm gonna have to set you guys down, lay the bead, drop the window in, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So give me 10 minutes. All right, so I got the rear quarter window in, got the back window in. So we are all set, and as you can see, everything's setting up. Put a couple pieces of painter's tape on it just to keep some pressure, because I did run a bead of silicone like along the inside just to seal it up. So, you know, washing the car or whatever, there's not gonna be water in there. Letting the back window set up as well. I ran a pretty good bead all the way around. There's a couple little gaps like up here and some like right in there. So what I'm gonna do is just get a tube of like universal black silicone with a caulking gun and just run a pretty good bead of that all the way around just to seal it up. But that is all taken care of. The next video might be some Corvette content. I'm trying to think what we could do next, but I'll come up with something. Like I said, it might be some Corvette content, might be some 240 content. But for you guys that are interested, I did give you all the weights of the glass and all the weights of the poly that went in the car, so you know what weight you're gonna save, or you can even decide if it's worth it to you to spend the money and get it done. But like I probably have maybe $500 in the windows, maybe. They were all ordered pretty reasonably, caught stuff on sale, stuff like that, waited. But it's all wrapped up. It's all good to go. We're gonna get these the side windows mounted once the doors go back on. And we are getting closer and closer to getting this thing fired up. But as always, guys, I really appreciate it. Got something cool for it. May not be completely red much longer, but you had to stay tuned for that. But I appreciate it again, guys, and always like and subscribe. Thanks.